The Navy has ordered a second carrier task group to the Persian Gulf. Pentagon orders second Navy carrier group to the Middle East. The USS Carl Vinson will join USS Harry S Truman as the military's fight against the Houthis in Yemen continues. And throughout this article, they talk about the fight that we've had ongoing with the Houthis in Yemen. And the Harry S. Truman has been giving a great account of itself, unless they're expending ammunition at such a great rate that they're going to have to go off station and have somebody take over for them. That could be it. Could be something else. Could be that Trump's letter to the Ayatollah contained a 2-month deadline. And that letter that contained the 2-month deadline, as reported by Axios, as you can see here, President Trump's letter to Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khomeini included a 2-month deadline for reaching a new nuclear deal, one U.S. official and 2 sources briefed on the letter told Axios. It isn't clear whether the 2-month clock begins from the time the letter was delivered or from when negotiations start. Okay. We have this.
I've written him a letter saying, I hope you're going to negotiate, because if we have to go in militarily, it's going to be a terrible thing for them.
You wrote a letter to the Khomeini,
Yes.
the leader? When did you send the letter?
Yesterday.
That would be March 6th.
And you said you better negotiate, or we want you to negotiate?
I didn't say you better. I said,
Okay.
I hope you're going to negotiate, because it's going to be a lot better for Iran. And I think they want to get that letter. The other alternative is we have to do something, because you can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
So if you take those dates and you just do a little bit of math, the arrival of that carrier, so we'll take it says here in the article, the Carl Vinson and his ships are expected to take 2 to 3 weeks to arrive in the Middle East. So that would put it at April 6th or April 13th, somewhere in that ballpark. We're definitely getting close to that 2-month deadline. We're definitely getting close to that 2-month deadline. So is this deployment of Carl Vinson, is this deployment truly against the Houthis? Or is this starting to stack up pieces in event of something else? I think it's a relevant question, because Iran has never been off the front burner. Sometimes she's brought down to a low simmer. Sometimes she's brought up to a big-time boil. But to bring in a second carrier is a big move. It's a very big move. And to handle the Houthis, do we really need 2 aircraft carriers? I don't know. You would need 2 aircraft carriers for something else, and all of their accompanying ships with all their Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles. That would be a very, very large strike if you were to use 2 aircraft carrier groups on Iran. Seems like kind of a waste against the Houthis to be launching these multi-million-dollar missiles. So no, I don't think that that's what this is for at all. I think we're getting the pieces in place. I think the deployment of the Carl Vinson is a step towards military action against Iran. Anything that Harry S. Truman is used in battle right now can be replaced in Qatar. Yes, Carl Vinson can go on station. You can also conduct these airstrikes from Qatar. It's not like the Saudis are going to stop you. if you wanted to maintain pressure on the Houthis. You also have a drone base right across the Red Sea in Djibouti. You'd be able to maintain pressure on that. No, this seems bigger. This seems a little bit bigger than that, and I would expect to hear of further deployments. I would not be surprised to hear of a Marine Expeditionary Unit at some point being diverted and put into the vicinity of there. They'll say it's against the Houthis. I think it's obvious that would be like towards Kersh Island or something like that against Iran. I think the pieces are getting put in place, guys. War with Iran, I think, is a real possibility. Will they come to the negotiating table? I think they'll negotiate. But will they come to a deal? That I don't know. They've already been struck by Israel a couple of times. And we know the president has Israel's back. So, to see this build up, 2 carriers now in the Middle East, I don't think that's for Houthis. I don't think that's for Houthis at all. Like I just said, look for more assets to be deployed into that area, slowly but surely, keeping in mind that the president did give a timeline. He did give a timeline. And that timeline, if it started at the delivery of that letter, half is almost gone. We're almost halfway home. If it's from negotiations, well, that's pretty nebulous, and we'll see. I don't think that this administration is nebulous like that. So things may cook off. It'd be the beginning of May. Would be that deadline. So between now and May, if we start seeing more assets go towards the Houthis, things are going to pop off with Iran. Watch for Kersh Island. That'll be one of the first. And it'll get ugly from there. It'll get real ugly from there. But we'll be here to cover it. That's for sure. So the president is sending another aircraft carrier to the Middle East to fight the Houthis, to assist USS Harry S Truman. We'll keep our eye on the developing situation because I think this is just the start. If you liked it, hit the like. Maybe share it with a friend. Hit the subscribe, even if I can't say it. And we'll see you soon.